Hello, Bronwyn Lund from BronHolm Tours here. I'm on the island of Bornholm and I'm down in the south end, and today we're actually going to go and have a look at an old mill and a trout farm. So I really hope you enjoy the tour. In front of us here is the old barn of the farm that's called Slusegård, and it's actually been converted into a Christmas tree and Christmas cafe. We can come and have some gløgg and æbleskewer, or mulled wine and apple slices, which is traditional Danish Christmas fare in Christmas, at Christmas time. So as you can see, we're right on the cusp of winter. It's the end of November, and the farmer has got his Christmas trees ready. He's selling them, and this is just a beautiful example of a typical barn, farmhouse barn on the island. They're huge buildings. But what we're actually going to go and have a look at today is a historical mill and trout farm. And the trout farm is something a little bit different for Bornholm. It's not typical Bornholm history to have had trout farms on the island, but it was actually inspired by the farmer at the time. In 1850, he went on a trip to France, and he saw trout farms in France, and he thought this was a very good idea because the stream that runs out the back of the farm here actually has trout swimming up it in the autumn. And he thought it would be a great idea to establish a trout farm. So the building directly in front of us is where the trout is actually hatched, where the eggs are laid, and inside the building there's an open pond and a platform all the way around where you can actually see where they would have hatched the trout. And over to the left-hand side here is actually the old mill, and we can see the great big old mill wheel. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over and have a look at the dams that have been made so that the mill wheel would have been able to turn back in the day. And then we'll walk down to the beach, which is only a 5-minute walk from here. So there's various signs about the area that talk about this part of the river, this part of the stream that has been a site for a mill for hundreds and hundreds of years. You can see the old grinding stone ruin right there in front of us, where they would have ground the wheat from the farm. But the latest mill that we just looked at, that was actually built in the early 1800s. So it's about 200 years old. But it has been the site of a mill for many hundreds of years, longer than that. And of course the original mill buildings would have been made of wood, so they wouldn't have lasted over the centuries. They would have been torn down and replaced as the wood rotted. But it's actually interesting because the stream, which is called Øle Å, or Øle Å, sorry, I pronounced it the wrong way around. I always get my Danish vowels mixed up. So it's Øle Å, and Øle is a name actually of a man, and Å means stream. So we're just walking down between the two streams now. And then the stream here continues out to the Baltic Sea. So we'll walk around and follow the path of the stream back out again. Just climb back up this hill. just walking back past the mill on the left and the trout farm building on the right, where they would have hatched the eggs, the fish. Now we're just going to follow the streams out to the sea. We're just coming up to the point on the right where we walked before, but we're going to do a left-hand turn here, go over the bridge. So we're in a rather hilly field at the moment, and it never ceases to amaze me coming from Australia, where you can't grow grass this close to the beach. It just turns into sand dunes. But here on Bornholm, the soil is fertile to within a few metres of the Baltic Sea. So it's a very verdant island. So here's our Øle Å on its way out to the sea from whence it came. And here we are at the Baltic Sea. tour of Slusegård farm and its mill house and unusual trout farm along the Øle Å. It's a very good exercise in Danish vowel pronunciation, this stream. This is Bronwyn Lund from BronHolm Tours signing off. If you enjoyed the tour, please don't forget to like, comment and share. And if you haven't already, subscribe. It goes a long way to the success of the channel. Bye for now.